haven't spoken to you live yet since, I don't believe I have I?
No, you haven't, because I've been on assignment.
Since, the DREAM Act. So let me tell you what's going on with all of this, all right? And it's very, very important for everybody out there to understand what's happening. And what happened is President Obama has changed the rules when it comes to something called deferred enforced departure. And what deferred enforced departure is President Obama can choose which people who have been he wants to deport and which people he chooses not to deport. As the President of the United States, his job is to enforce immigration laws, and he can choose whether to enforce them or not.
Right.
It's Congress' job to pass the law. It's the President's job to enforce it. So what he has said is this. He's said certain people who fall in the DREAM Act, and I'm going to describe those people right now, I'm not going to enforce their deportation, period. And I'm going to put everybody into what's called deferred enforced departure status. Now, as soon as he does that, what he's doing is he's like a cop who, dubmaster, he likes to drive fast, so you don't like to drive fast.
I like to drive fast.
Okay, so Dubmaster likes to drive fast, and I'm sure there has been a time in Dubmaster's life where he got pulled over for going 80 or 90 miles an hour.
Oh yeah,
and he was able to use his DJ personality to convince the cop not to give him a ticket.
Right.
Okay, and the cop chose, even though Dubmaster was driving 80, 90 miles an hour, he convinced the cop not to give him a ticket. The cop exercised his discretion not to enforce the law. He could have given him a ticket, but didn't. And this is similar to what President Obama is doing. President Obama can deport all of these people if he chooses to. He's exercising his discretion not to.
Right.
So, and these are the people who he's exercising his discretion not to deport. It's about 1.5 million people. So I want everybody to be very, very carefully on exactly who falls into this new rule change. And if you do fall into this new rule change, you will get a letter from the government saying they're not going to deport you. You're going to be put in deferred enforced departure status, and you're going to get a work permit for them, and you're going to be able to renew it for the rest of your life. So you're going to be one step closer to becoming a citizen, but certainly every person in this category is going to be able to live the life that they want to live, which is get the job they want, go to school if they want,
right,
live their life without the anxiety of, is immigration going to knock on my door? So now this is very, very important. Let's describe who is involved in this. And if you are involved in this, you need to call my office immediately. I'm going to give you my telephone number now. It's 1-800-JAM-7977, 1-800-526-7977, 1-800-526-7977. Take this number down. Call it if you qualify for the DREAM Act, because we're going to have lots and lots of people applying. You want to be able to get in first, and we don't know how long this is going to last, okay? Right now, there's no deadline, but I assure you there will be a deadline at some point.
Okay.
Okay, now this is who is involved in this. Number one, there's 5 points. You had to come here under the age of 16.
Okay.
Number two, you had to be living in the United States before June 15th, 2007.
Okay.
Number three, you have to be now under 30 years old.
Okay.
Number four, you have to have a clean criminal record.
Clean, like spotless?
Clean, like no felonies and no major misdemeanors.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
Okay.
And 5, you have to either have a high school degree, a GED, general equivalency degree, or you have to be currently enrolled in school.
Okay.
One of the 3. So if you're under 16, you came here under 16 before June 2007, you're now under 30, you graduated from high school, you have a GED, or you're in the military or honorably discharged from the military, and you have a clean, spotless record, you can now become part of the DREAM Act. You can get your work permit immediately. You can get a letter from the government saying they are never going to deport you, and this is going to be for life. This is not a one-time thing. This is a lifetime thing.
Wow.
So
that's big,
everybody this is so big. This is the biggest thing that's happened in the last decade. Every person who has a friend who falls under this category, every person who has a child who came here and needs help needs to call me now so I can help them. And I can help them, and I'm helping people now. And let me give you the number. It's 1-800-JAM-7977, 1-800-526-7977. 1-800-526-7977.
That's right. But ladies and gentlemen of the tri-state area, if you want to speak to Mr. Brad Bernstein right here live on the air, the telephone number to call is 718-749-5005. And this is where Mr. Brad Bernstein takes time out to give you free legal advice. And if you have any questions right now, New York, he's live and he is ready to answer your questions. And Mr. Brad Bernstein is here to give you free legal advice. And I'm telling you, Brad, that is so big right now.
It is so big.
I'm proud of our president.
I am, because he finally came through. He made promises, and I was the first one to say that he made promises that he didn't keep.
Right.
I was very down on him, and he still has made promises he hasn't kept, but at least he's taken a first step to helping people. And what I was saying before is, as a leader and as a president of the United States, ultimately, your goal, if you had to break it down, is you want your countrymen, the people who live in your homeland, in your country, in the United States of America, wherever they were born, you want everybody to be happy.
That's
it's all
right.
about happiness.
That's right.
And everything that is done, every rule that is made, every law that is made, should be to further the happiness of people, whether it's, more economic prosperity, safer streets, cleaner water, cleaner air, whatever it is, health care, whatever it is. Ultimately, it's for happiness. And what better way, to try to make the world better than to say these kids who came here through no fault of their own can finally be able to live like every human being.
That's right. Well, it's a beautiful thing, Brad. So let's make some more people happy. Let's go to the phones right now.
Okay.
718-749-5005. That is the telephone number to call. Let's take a call here. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. You're on with Brad Bernstein. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, Mr. Bernstein, I have a question.
Yes.
My mom filed for me. I'm a green card holder. But I have a 5-year-old son back home in Jamaica. Could my mom file for my son?
Your mom filed for you. How old were you when you came here?
I'm here now like 4 years now.
How old were you when you came here?
25.
Okay, you were 25 when you came here. When your mother started the case, were you over 21 or under 21?
I think I was over 21.
Okay, and the child was born while you were still in Jamaica?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, the child's included on that case. Your mother he can come file to join, and I can help you bring him here within a few months.
Oh, okay.
All right, so give me a call, okay? Let me give you the telephone number. It's 1-800-526-7977, 1-800-JAM-7977. But he should have been included on that case, so you should be able to bring him here in a few months.
All right, thank you.
Okay, sir?
Okay.
All right, thanks for calling. All right, let's take another call here, Brad. Good afternoon. You're on with Mr. Brad Bernstein.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi. I'm calling to ask you a question.
Yes.
I filed for my stepdaughter, and she came to the United States a month ago, but she had a baby while she was in Jamaica. The baby was not included on the paper because the baby was not born yet. By the time the baby was born, the papers were already in process in Jamaica, and she had her interview day. Now, she's here, and the baby's in Jamaica, the baby's a few months old.
Well, let me ask you this question. Did she come here under the age of 21?
Yes.
Okay, so then the baby would not have been included on that case anyway. She has to turn around and file an I-130 visa petition for the baby now. It'll take about 2 years.
Okay. Now, because she just came, is there any way that I can file for the baby?
No.
Whoa.
No, she has to file for the baby, file immediately. The quicker she files, the quicker the baby will get here, but it is a 2-year wait.
Okay. And about how long do you think that would take, being that she's only a green card holder?
About 2 years.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. All right, good luck.
Okay, bye.
Okay, let's take another call, Brad. Hello? Hello? Yes, good afternoon. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, I'd like to speak, Mr. Boone. Mr. Boone, my niece is here from she 11, right?
Yes.
She did not come with a visa, so I was wondering if she qualified for this thing that Mr. Obama passed.
Yeah, you don't have to prove that you came here with a visa. You just have to prove you came here under the 16. Did she come here under 16?
Yeah, she came here when she 11 years old.
How old is she now?
High school. She's 22.
Okay, she finished high school here?
She finished high school and she just graduated from college.
Oh, fantastic. And I assume she has no clean criminal record, right?
No, right.
Okay, so, yeah, she absolutely, positively, 100% qualifies for what Mr. Obama passed. She should not be walking, skipping, hopping. She should be sprinting to my office. Let me give you the telephone number. It's 1-800-526-7977. All right.
So you got.
But you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about how you entered. You just have to worry about if you fall under those 5 categories.
Yeah, she do. Okay.
So she's in good shape.
Okay.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Sounds like a perfect candidate there, Brad.
Yes.
All righty. Let's take another call here. Ari Jam Radio, good afternoon. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're on with Attorney Brad Bernstein. Go ahead.
If Obama loses the election, can the Republican overturn this law?
Yes, but I think he'll have a very hard time doing it because once you give 1 million or 1.5 million people work permits, it's very difficult to take them away.
Oh.
So the answer is yes, anything is plausible, but the reality is if he wants to get reelected again, he doesn't want to look like he is, you're going to look like a really bad person, even as a Republican. If you now, after somebody is legal and living here and working here legally, look to take away benefits that they already have. It's hard to give the benefit. It's easier to give the benefit. It's much harder to take the benefit away. That's why eventually every person who eventually gets through will, at some point in time, Congress will have no choice but to apply to do something to get them their green cards because you're going to have 1.5 million people in limbo with work permits. Eventually, they're going to be able to get their green cards because you can't have people living here in limbo forever. But once, generally, politically, once you get a benefit, it's almost impossible to take it away. So why I'm saying to people now is do it while the going's good. Yes, what could happen is a Republican can come in and say, if you haven't applied by this date, we're not going to give it to you anymore. That's what could happen, yes. But in terms of taking it away from people, no. I don't see that happening.
Okay, thanks for your time, man. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Okay, thanks for calling, sir. And yeah, Brad, what we would call that in Jamaica, we would call that the government would be extremely bad-minded.
That's right.
Bad-minded.
That is right.
To take away those benefits after President
after granting them.
Yeah. Indian giver. We hate
Correct.
that. Okay.
Correct.
All right, let's take another call. 718-749-5005. We've got Attorney Brad Bernstein on. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bernstein.
Hi, how are you?
Good. In my case, I actually met a female 11 years ago who actually came here with her own papers, but she overstayed. We are actually married for the last 11 years now, as we speak, still together. I'm trying to see if I can do her papers for her, and I'm calling to see what will be the process.
Well, can I ask you a question? Why did it take you 11 years to do her papers for you?
Well, initially, she didn't come through truly to tell me that was the circumstances. I just found out maybe like the last 3 years or so.
Okay. All right, yeah. I mean, we can help her. You come to see me. We can file her adjustment, assuming you're a citizen of the United States. She'll have her green card by the end of the year.
Oh, okay. So
all right. So if it's a very simple thing, we'll take care of it. It takes about 5 months. You come see me.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right. Right. It's called an adjustment of status, and let me give you the telephone number to call. It's 1-800-526-7977.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
All right, bye.
Okay. So, Mr. Brad Bernstein, believe it or not, we're out of time already.
Okay.
The telephone number again to make an appointment at Spar and Bernstein, 1-800-526-7977. That's 1-800-526-7977. And remember, prior results do not guarantee similar outcome in future cases. But again, Brad, everybody listening, they need to take advantage of this window that is now open.
Correct.
And make sure that they get in while the going is good.
Correct. Thank you very much, Dubmaster. Excellent job as usual.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brad Bernstein, and I wish you much more jerk chicken in your immediate future, sir.
That is a nice wish. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Take care.
All right, take care.